कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिम् यः पिबन् सततं रामचरितामृतसागरम् अदृप्तस्थं मुनिं वन्दे प्राचेतसमकल्मषम् कोष्पदीकृतवाराशिं मशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायणमहामाला रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनं कपीशं मक्षान्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वादात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमद राक्षसान्तकं वाल्मीकिगिरिसम्भूता रामसागरगामिनी पुनादिभुवनं पुण्या रामायणमहानदी वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदप्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः मङ्गलं कोसलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणाब्धये चक्रवर्ती तनूजाय सार्वभौमाय मङ्गलम् सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Even Sukha and Sharana, both of them have been scolded at, rebuked by Ravana, because they also repeated the same thing which was earlier reported by Sukha, another Sukha perhaps. And then here, both of them, Adomukha tau, Adomukho tau, Pranatau, Abravid Shukasarano, Rosha Gadgadaya Vacha, with his throat choking, out of anger, Samrabdham Parusham, with the harsh words, he reviled them. And then he is actually criticizing, ridiculing, condemning what they have conducted themselves as. So here he says in verse number 7 onward in canto number 31. Natavat sadrisham nama
नतावत्तदृशं नाम
सचिवैरूपजीविभिः
सचिवैरूपजीविभिः
विप्रियं नृपतेर्वक्तुम्
विप्रियं नृपतेर्वक्तुं
निग्रहे प्रग्रहे प्रभोः
निग्रहे प्रग्रहे प्रभोः
रिपूणां
रिपूणां प्रतिकूलानां
युद्धार्थम् अभिवर्तताम्.
युद्धार्थम् अभिवर्तताम्.
1 minute. You exit the screen. 1 minute. This is not coming all right. Ubhabhyam sadrusham nama.
उभाभ्यां सदृशं नाम
Vaktumupastave. Vaktum aprastave.
वक्तुम् अप्रस्तवेस्तवम्
Stavam, okay. Stavam, okay, all right. Okay, so its printing is not correct. Acharya guravo vruddhaha
आचार्या गुरवो वृद्धाः
vrutavam paryupasitaha
वृथा वां पर्युपासिताः
taram yat rajashastranam
तारं यद् राजशास्त्राणाम्
anujivyam na grihyate
अनुजीव्यं न गृह्यते
grihito va na vijñato
गृहीतो वा न विज्ञातो
paro jnanasya vahyate
भारो ज्ञानस्य वाह्यते
ईदृशै सचिवै युक्तः
ईदृशैः सचिवैर्युक्तः
मूर्खै दृष्ट्या धराम्यहम्
मूर्खैर्दिश्या धराम्यहम्
किं मृत्योर्भयं नास्ति
किं नु मृत्योर्भयं नास्ति
मां वक्तुं परुषं वचः
मां वक्तुं परुषं वचः
यस्य मे शासतो जिह्वा
यस्य मे शासतो जिह्वा
प्रयच्छति शुभाशुभम्
प्रयच्छति शुभाशुभम्
अप्येव दहनं स्पृष्ट्वा
अप्येव दहनं स्पृष्ट्वा
वने तिष्ठन्ति पादपाः
वने तिष्ठन्ति पादपाः
राजदण्डपरामृष्टाः
राजदण्डपरामृष्टाः
तिष्ठन्ते नापराधिनः
तिष्ठन्ते नापराधिनः
अन्यामहं द्विमौ पापौ
हन्यामहं द्विमौ पापौ
शत्रुपक्षप्रशंसिनौ
शत्रुपक्षप्रशंसिनौ
यदि पूजोपकारेर्मे
यदि पूर्वोपकारे मे
क्रोधो न मृततां व्रजेत्
क्रोधो न मृदुतां व्रजेत्
अबध्वं सत नश्यध्वम्
अपद्वं सतनश्यध्वम्
संनिकार्षात् इतो मम
सन्निकर्षादितो मम
तर्हि वां हन्तुमिच्छामि न हि वां हन्तुमिच्छामि
न हि वां हन्तुमिच्छामि
स्मराम्युपकृतानि दाम्
स्मराप्युपकृतानि वाम्
हतावेव कृतघ्नौ द्वौ
हतावेव कृतघ्नौ द्वौ
मयि स्नेहपराङ्मुखौ
मयि स्नेहपराङ्मुखौ
So here the report that they have given was definitely not accepted by Ravana, even though it is a fact. Sometimes what is true is very bitter. So here he is telling them, Rupa Jivibihi Sachivaihi Nama Na Tavat Sadrisham Vipriyam Ripater Vaktum. Ripatehe to the king, Vaktum to speak, even as you are alive, because of whom? Upajivibihi, by those who are depending on the king. Ripajivibihi Sajivaihi Natavat Sadrisham, so long as they live as dependent on the king, in this kind of a statement to make to him disloyal, in other words, not loyal to me. If it remains to something else, I cannot help that. Nigrahe pragrahe prabhoho. Who is the one? He can keep you or fire you anytime, because you're totally depending upon me. Even if you are representatives of the people, but if you are depending on the king for your position there, you cannot afford to say things which he does not like. Ripunam pratikulanam yuddhartam abhivartadam. Though about the ripus, about the enemies who are opposed to us, and they have got ready to fight with me, ubhabhyam sadrisham nama vaktum vaktum aprastave stavam vaktum. To speak about their glory, you have started to do that. It is called inappropriate behavior. That is what is known as sadrisham nama. What is that? Ubhabhyam, both of them. So you have inappropriately behaved and started to speak about the glory of the enemy who is ready to attack us. Acharyaha, Guravaha, Vruddhaha, all these people who are upasitaha vam, you have learned or waited upon, literally speaking. Upastitaha vam, you both have waited upon the teachers, elders, gurus, and saram yat rajashastranam, the saram of the essence of all the shastras, you have not gained at all. Anujivyam na grihyate. You have, both have not, is not, it is in the passive form. That is not being acquired by you people. Even as you people, you both of you have waited upon the elders, the gurus, etc. Anujivyam na grihyate. What is to be done in your life, that also you have learned. Even if you have learned, grihito va na vijñātah, but you have never understood. This is what happens to us. I have understood, yes, but you don't live. Paroksha jnanamasina aparoksham. Even as one has learned the Shastra, but one has not lived by that, that's what he says. Grihito va, even if you have grasped, na vijñātah, you did not live by that. Bharo ajnanasya bhahyate. You are only carrying the weight of ignorance. And this applies to all of us also. अरे इतना पढ़ रहा हूँ, गीता चैप्टर्स से कंप्लीट हो रहा है, ऑल द 18 चैप्टर्स भी हो गया, एंड रामायण पढ़ रहा हूँ, तुलसी रामायण पढ़ रहा हूँ, वाल्मीकि रामायण पढ़ रहा हूँ, उपनिषद पढ़ रहा हूँ, and but the weight of ignorance is so heavy. Here it's some of the words Ravana says are very good. It applies to us also. Kitna पढ़ लिया क्यों? What is the purpose? Only the heavy weight of ajnanam is being carried. Idrishaihi sachivaihi yuktaha murkaihi. Idrishaihi murkaihi sachivaihi yuktaha aham drishtya dharami. Is this kind of a foolish ministers whom I have, somehow I am managing. By luck. Only by luck I am still surviving, because you both are so stupid. Kimnu mrityor bhayam nasti. Mam vaktum parusham vacha. Don't you have a fear of death to speak words this to me? This kind of parusham vaktum, this kind of a wicked kind of statements praising the enemy. Don't you have the fear of death? Yasya me shasato jihva prayachadi shubha ashubham. Me jihva, by my words, by my tongue, that which is shubha and shubham prayachati. Both good and bad will come out of my commands to you. And don't you have a fear what I would do at the end of your report? See, dahanam sprishtva vane tishtanti padapaha. Apiyeva. Even then, even so, Hmm? It is the tree can stay alive in the forest even when there is so much of fire. Hmm? It is capable. So what he's saying is, giving an example here is, even as the tree can stay in the forest in spite of fire, Rajadanda paramrishtas trishtante na aparadinah. But when it comes to Rajadanda, political or, political punishment, if I am going to to give it to you, you cannot stay, as you have become paradin. You paradinah na tishtante. Meaning it is worse than the fire, forest fire. That would be the political punishment to you. So therefore, hanyamaham tu imo prapo. I am right away ready to kill both of you. Shatru paksha prashamsino. So you both of you have become praisers of my enemies. If only I am sparing you, it's because you have done something good to me in the past. When in the past, you have done something. Purvopakaraihi me krodaha na mutatam brajet. You are not going to death because of what you have done to me in the past. Abadhvam sata. Get out now. Nashyadhvam. Disappear from my scene. Samnikashat itaha mamaha. From my presence, just disappear and die. Nahimam vam hantumichami. I do not want to kill you both. Smarami upakritani vam. Remembering the past, whatever help you did. As far as I am concerned, you are dead. Hato eva kritagnyau dvav. You the one destroyers of gratitude. Maya sneha parang mukhau. You have turned away from devotion to me, love to me. Meaning, if you are not listening to me, you are fired. Not allowed to survive anywhere near me. Even what you say is whatever it is, I am not ready to accept. So, this kind of leadership comes often to demonstrate to us what kind of negative thinking, what leads to what. Eva muktau tu sugrivau. Eva muktau tu suvridau.
Eva muktau tu savridau.
Tau drishtva sukhasaranau.
Tau drishtva shukasaranau.
Ravanam jaya shabdena.
Ravanam jaya shabdena.
Pradinandyabi nisrutau.
Pratinandyabhinisrutau.
Abraviccha dashagrivah.
Abraviccha dashagrivaha.
Samipastam mahodaram.
Samipastam mahodaram.
Upastapaya me shigram.
Upastapaya me shigram.
Charan idi nishacharah.
Charaniti nishacharaha.
Mahodarastadoktastu.
Mahodarastatostattu.
Shikramajñapaya charan.
Shigramagnyapayaccharan.
Tadascharaha santvaritaha. Adaschara santvaritaha.
Tatascharaha samtvaritaha.
Prapta parthiva shasanat.
Prapta parthiva shasanat.
Upastita pranjalayo.
Upastita pranjalayo.
Vardhayitva jayashishah.
Vardhayitva jayashishaha.
Tanabrabhitato vakyam
तानब्रवीत् ततो वाक्यम्
रावणो राक्षसाधिपः
रावणो राक्षसाधिपः
चारान् प्रत्यायिकान् शूरान्
चारान् प्रत्यायिकाः शूरान्
धीरान् विगत साध्वसान्
वीरान् विगतसाध्वसान्
Suvridao, both of them who are so ashamed, and Evamukta Suvridao, Tau Drishtva, seeing Ravanam Drishtva, they both of them seeing Ravana speaking to them like that, Shuka and Saranau, Jayashabdhena Pradinandya. What else they can say? Hail to the king! Hail to the king! That's what even Hitler wanted. Hail! Hail! So having said that, then Abhinisrutau, they just withdrew from that very place where they were. Then Dashagrivaha Abravit, then after Ravana said to Mahodaram, who was standing next to him, Samibasta Mahodaram, Upastapayame Shigram, bring together quickly to me, Charan Nishacharaha. Charan idi Nishacharaha. So he spoke to the what is it, Mahodara, saying, bring some more of this, some more of this spice you bring me, quickly. Mahodaraha tata uktastu, being addressed by Ravana in that way, Nishacharaha, Shigram Ajnapayat Charan. So he immediately commanded for more of the spice to come here to the presence of Ravana. Then some of them came very fast. Tatas charaha samstvaritaha, quickly they arrived. Praptaha parthiva shasanat, by the command of the king. Upastitaha, they are standing there at his presence there. Pranjalayaha, with their salutations or holding their hands together. Vardayitva Jayashishaha, and also they were also saying, hail to the king. So they also spoke, pronouncing or saying the very blessings there, or the victory to him. Tataha Ravanaha Rakshasadibha Vakyam Tan Abravit, towards them Ravana started to say, Charan Pratyayikan, to whom? Those spies who are Pratyayikan, who are trustworthy, and Shuran, very powerful or valorous, Dhiran, very bold, Vigata Sattvasan, who are free of all fear. So there, because if you go there to enemy's army to find out about what the status is there, you need to have a lot of strength, boldness, because you can be attacked, you can be killed. There is no support for you at that point, because you are not going with an army, you are going by yourself. You need to be very daring to do that. So here Ravana is addressing them, saying, Ito gacchata ramasya
ito gacchata ramasya
vyavasayam parikshitum
vyavasayam parikshitum
mantreshvabhyantarayesya
mantreshvabhyantarayesya
प्रीत्या तेन समागताः
प्रीत्या तेन समागताः
कथं स्वपिति जागर्ति
कथं स्वपिति जागर्ति
किमद्य च करिष्यति
किमद्य च करिष्यति
विज्ञाय निपुणं सर्वम्
विज्ञाय निपुणं सर्वम्
आगन्तव्यम् अशेषतः
आगन्तव्यम् अशेषतः
चारेण विदितः शत्रुः
चारेण विदितः शत्रुः
पण्डितैः वसुधाधिपैः
पण्डितैर्वसुधाधिपैः
युद्धे स्वल्पेन यत्नेन
युद्धे स्वल्पेन यत्नेन
तमासाद्य निरस्यते
समासाद्य निरस्यते
इदो गच्छत रामस्य व्यवसायं परीक्षितुं to examine the conduct of Rama. Vyavasaya here means the daily transaction that he does. Also, mantreshu, with respect to consulting among the ministers, ye asya pritya tena samagataha abhyantara, those who are very close to him and those who are very much loved by him as well as loving him. Both I would like to know who are those people who are very close to him with fear, with love. Meaning those who are very intimate. And katam swapiti, how is he waking up? How is he sleeping? Katam jagartya, how is he awake? Kimadya chakarishyati, now what is he doing? Vijnaya nipunam, very clearly, very carefully knowing sarvam agantavyam and return. Completely knowing everything. Asheshataha nipunam vijnaya. Because why it's important is panditaihi charena viditaha Shatruhu charena viditaha, those who know the enemy through the spies, panditehi vasudadipaihi, by those very clever and intelligent kings. Yatnena swalpena yatnena yuddhe samasatya nirasyate. With a very little effort in the war, yuddhe, swalpena yatnena, with a little effort, samasatya, overpowering the enemy, nirasyate, and can kill. Meaning what? The spice are very important. Spice is important in the food also. Spice, espionage, they call it espionage. That's very important. And he feels that finding about whatever the enemy is doing, how is he behaving, who are all close to him. See, interesting thing is, Rama is not at all interested. You see that? He is not at all interested to know anything about Ravana. He said, did he send this? Is he so agitated with what is Ravana doing? He is not at all interested. Because it's very confident. See, Ravana has on the one hand, he has all the boons. What is the boon? He cannot be killed by anybody else. He cannot be killed by anybody else, meaning any other devatas or natural disaster cannot kill him. Devatas cannot kill him. Other rakshasas cannot kill him. And he has taken very lightly the human beings and animals. All right. Now, he knows his death is going to come only through human or animals. And who are all there? Opposite. Only animals and human. So he's very sure that they are the only enemies for him. Whereas Rama, and after all, he has taken the human avatar, he is not super powerful or anything. And he is not afraid at all. That is what is the point. Even though he is going to wage a war against a most demonic, extremely powerful demon, and who has conquered the earth and the heaven, and he has got a huge army of monsters who are Mayavis also, can take any form they can come, and suddenly they appear, suddenly disappear, all the possibilities are there. Yet, calm and collected, well, go and fight a war, let us see what happens. That is what is a striking difference between these two. So he is again sending some more the spice there. Charastu te tadityuktva
चारास्तु ते तथेत्युक्त्वा
prahishta rakshaseshwaram
प्रहृष्टा राक्षसेश्वरम्
शार्दूलम् अग्रदकृत्वा
शार्दूलम् अग्रतः कृत्वा
ततश्चक्ru प्रदक्षिणम्
ततश्चक्रुः प्रदक्षिणम्
ततस्तं तु महात्मानम्
ततस्तं तु महात्मानम्
चारा राक्षससत्तमम्
चारा राक्षससत्तमम्
कृत्वा प्रदक्षिणम् जग्मुः
कृत्वा प्रदक्षिणं जग्मुः
यत्र रामसलक्ष्मणः
यत्र रामस्तलक्ष्मणः
ते सुवेलस्य चैलस्य
ते सुवेलस्य शैलस्य
समीपे रामलक्ष्मणौ
समीपे रामलक्ष्मणौ
प्रच्छन्ना ददृशुः गत्वा
प्रच्छन्ना ददृशुर्गत्वा
सुग्रीव विभीषणौ
ससुग्रीवविभीषणौ
प्रेक्षमाणाश्चमूं तां च
प्रेक्षमाणाश्च मुं तां च
विह्वलाः
बभूवुर्भयविह्वलाः
ते तु धर्मात्मना दृष्ट्वा
ते तु धर्मात्मना दृष्ट्वा
राक्षसेन्द्रेण राक्षसा
राक्षसेन्द्रेण राक्षसाः
विभीषणेन तत्रस्ता
विभीषणेन तत्रस्ता
निगृहीता यदृच्छया
निगृहीता यदृच्छया
शार्दूलो ग्राहितत्वेकः
शार्दूलो ग्राहितस्त्वेकः
पापोऽयम् इति राक्षसः
पापोऽयम् इति राक्षसः
मोचितः सोऽपि रामेण
मोचितः सोऽपि रामेण
वध्यमानप्लवङ्गमैः
वध्यमानः प्लवङ्गमैः
अनृशंसेन रामेण
अनृशंसेन रामेण
मोचिता राक्षसा परे
मोचिता राक्षसाः परे
वानरैरर्दितास्ते तु
वानरैरर्दितास्ते तु
विक्रान्तैर्लघुविक्रमैः
विक्रान्तैर्लघुविक्रमैः पुनर्लङ्कामनुप्राप्ताः
प्रसन्तो नष्टते ससः
श्वसन्तो नष्टचेतसः
ततो दशग्रीवमुपस्थितास्ते
ततो दशग्रीवमुपास्थितास्ते
चारा बहिर्नित्यचरा निशाचराः
चारा बहिर्नित्यचरा निशाचराः
गिरेषु वेलस्य समीपवासिनम्
गिरेषु वेलस्य समीपवासिनम्
न वेदयन् रामबलं महाबलाः
न्यवेदयन् रामबलं महाबलाः.
Those charaha, those spies there, te tata idi uktva, saying as let it be, as it is ordered by the king, praharshta rakshaseswaram, delighting the king further, shardulam agrada kritva, among them the spy named Shardula being the prominent one, keeping him, they pradakshinam tataha chakruhu, they went around circumambulating the king. Tam mahatmanam charaha rakshasattamam pradakshinam krutva, having done the pradakshina of the king. See, in our tradition, in the Hindu tradition, you do pradakshina only to God. And if you do anybody else pradakshina, that means that person is dead. So, so here, pradakshan kiya hua, bas, already they declared. Anyway, maybe in the Rakshasas thing, they do pradakshina for the king also, I don't know. Jagmuhu yatra Rama Lakshmana. They proceeded on where Rama and Lakshmana were, and they reached the Suvela Shaila. Suvela Shailasya te samipe Rama Lakshmana prachannaha, disguising, hiding. Then Gatva Dadrushuhu, they saw Sasugreva Vibhishano, Also, they saw Sugriva and Vibhishana, both of them there, along with Rama and Lakshmana. Praikshamaanaha chamum tam. That huge army they started to see. Babuhu bhaya vihvalaha. They become so afraid, gripped with fear. My God, this is not comparable to anything that we have. Oh ho. And they realized what an amount of army of monkeys and bears that are there, and how they have crossed over the ocean, has come and reached their own country, reached their territory there, camped. Te tu dharmatmana drishta. They indeed were seen by who? Rakshasendrena, Rakshasaha drishta, drishtaha. They are all seen, these Rakshasa. Who? By whom? Rakshasendrena Vibhishanena. Vibhishana somehow can easily spot them, because he's same clan, right? The behavior, even if they have taken disguised as the monkeys, I can see this very clearly, that you people are not at all anywhere near the monkeyhood. You are Rakshasas. So, Vibhishanena tatra staha. There, sometimes they are standing there, nigrahitaha, being grasped by him, idrichya, suddenly, they didn't even expected that, but all of a sudden they were caught. So, he basically caught hold of Shardula. He knows him, because he's seen him around in the Ravana's court. Shardulaha grihitaha tu ekaha. Ayam papi papaha iti rakshasa. This is the one. He is the leader of this spies. He is the clear sinner. So, even he also, finally, Ramena mochitaha. But Rama said, after all, what they are going to do? In fact, he is happy. Why? They are only going to create more fear to Ravana. That's all. How many people he has sent so far? Shuka came, another Shuka came, Sarana came. Now this fellow, Sardula. And all of them, what are they going to do? Why is he sending again and again? Can't he be happy with his own report? No. He is getting more and more gripped with fear. And when they come here and look at it and go back, I have no problem. In fact, earlier he said, "Aapko kuch aur dekhna hai? You want to see something more? I will definitely, Vibhishan, go and show them furthermore what we have." So he released them without any issue. So be mochitaha Ramena. But at the same time, the monkeys won't leave them. Plavangamaihi vadyamana. Monkeys would not spare them. Really hit them. Andrushamsena Ramena mochitaha rakshasaha pare. All other Rakshasas also have been released by him, not only Shardula, but also others also, out of compassion. Andrushamsena Ramena. But Vanarehi artitaha. They are beaten up by the Vanaras too. Vikrantehi lagu vikramaihi. So those people, those monkeys, obviously they have, they are definitely, would not spare them. They destroyed, they try to kill them. And because they are very quick in what they do. Lagu vikramaihi. Punaha lankam anupraptaha. Having reached back to Lanka, Shasantaha Nashtachetasa, the mind literally had been destroyed. They are exhausted and then heaving. Oh, finally we are back. Tato dashagrivam upastitaha te charaha. They reaching the presence of Ravana. Bahihi nityacharaha nishacharaha. They are all night dwellers and they are always on the path outside. They are very well known as the night dwellers as well as always on the move. Kirehe Suvelasya Samipavasinam Ramabalam Mahabalaha Nivayadayan. These mighty Rakshasas who are also spies, they started to speak about the army of Rama who are stationed at the Suvelagiri, near the Suvelagiri. And there the report again begins, but this time very short. Ityashe Srimad Ramayana Valmiki Adikavya Yuddhakande Ekonatram Vimshaka Sarga. Sorry, it was 29, not 31.
Yes.
The previously when I said it was 29. 29. I said it was 31. So now only coming to 30th canto. Tadastamakshobhyabalam
Tatastamakshobyabhalam
Lankadipataye charaha
Lankadhipataye charaha
Vele ragavam shaile
Tuvile raghavam shaile
Nivishtam pratyavedayan
Nishtam pratyavedayan
Charanam ravana shrutva
Charanam ravana shrutva
Praptam ramam mahabalam
Praptam ramam mahabalam
Jatodvegao bhavat kinchit
Jatodvego bhavat kinchit
Tardulam vakyam abravit
Shardulam vakyam abravit
Ayata vachate varno
Ayatha vachyate varno
Dinaschasi nishachara
Dinaschati nishacharaha
Nasikaschit amitranam
Nasikachiddamitranam
Kruddhanam vashamagataha
Ruddhanam vashamagataha
Iti tenanushishtastu
Iti tenanushishtastu
Vacham mandamudirayan
Vacham mandamudirayan
Tata rakshasa shardulam
Tada rakshasa shardulam
Tardulo bhaya viklavaha
Shardulo bhaya viklavaha
Tataha thereafter Tam akshobhyabalam Lankadipataye charaha Suvele ragavam shaile nivishtam pratyavedayat. They informed pratyavedayat, make him know about nivishtam, those who are camped there where Suvele shaile, at the Suvela mountain, the camp of Ragavam and Tam Akshobhyabalam. The army of the Rama, which is Akshobhyabalam, unshakable. Shubh is to shake. Shubhati, Kshobhate, Ksho, not Sho. Shobhate means shines. Kshobhate means to tremble. Akshobhyabalam. With that is untrembling army, strong. Lankadipataye pratyavedayan charaha. They addressed and reported to Ravana. Ravana charanam shrutva ramam mahabalam praptam. About Rama's the huge army, having heard from those charanas. Jada udvegaha, extremely disturbed. Abhavat became kinchit shardulam vakyam abravit. To a certain extent he was disturbed and he said to Shardula, you are not looking correctly, no. You are not appearing good. Ayatavat te varnaha. I think you are just afraid by looking at it. You are not steady in your mind. Your face has become pale. Deenascha asi nishachara. You become so feeling weak. Kachit amitranam kriddhanam vashamagataha nasi. Is it not that you have become coming under the grip of the enemy, angry enemy? Meaning, he is not ready to accept again. But he says that you are just looking at something and then you came frightened by that. So, obviously, Shardula would know that whatever Shuka and Sarana said, whatever I myself witnessed, are all true only. I'm not adding anything or reducing anything. Everything that they have said is what I have seen. And what I have seen is what I have said. So there is no, but Ravana cannot believe that so many of them could have come and camped in my own territory. So even as Ravana had addressed him saying that, are you okay? You are not under the grip of the enemy. Idi tena anushishtastu, being addressed by him, Vacham mandam udirayan, he started to speak with the very faint words. Tada Rakshasa Shardulam. He is tiger among the Rakshasas also. Shardulo Baya Viklavaha. He has been, very much under the grip of fear because he knows what is going to happen. And he has to report very honestly. He cannot but say. Therefore he says, Nate charayitum shakya.
Nate charayitum shakya.
Rajan Vanaram Pungavaha.
Rajan Vanara Pungavaha.
Vikranta Balavantascha.
Vikranta Balavantascha.
Raghavena Charakshitaha.
Raghavena Charakshitaha.
Napi Sambhashitum Shakyaha.
Napi Sambhashitum Shakyaha.
Samprashnotra Nakam Labhyate.
Samprashnotra na labhyate.
Sarvato Rakshate Pantha.
Sarvato Rakshate Pantha.
Vanare Parvatopamaihi.
Vanarai Parvatopamaihi.
Pravishtamatre Jnatoham.
Pravishtamatre Jnatoham.
Pale Tasmin Vicharite.
Bale tasmin vicharite.
Balad Grihito Rakshobhihi.
Balad gruhito rakshobhihi.
Bahudasmi Vicharitaha.
Bahudasmi vicharitaha.
Janubir Mushtibir Dhantaihi.
Janubhir mushtivit dantaihi.
Talais Chabihato Brasham.
Talaischa bihato bhrusham.
Parinitosmi Haribihi.
Parinitosmi haribihi.
Balamadhye Amarsanaihi.
Balamadhye amarshanaih.
They say that it is impossible to spy them. Na charayidam shakya. Vanara Pungavaha, hey Rajan, those best of the monkeys cannot be spied. Why? They are Balavantaha, Vikrantaha, Raghavena Rakshitaha, being protected by Rama, and they are extremely powerful and very, very strong. Even to talk to them is not possible. Forget about it. Sambhashitum na shakyaha. Samprashnosya atra na labhyate. To inquire anything is impossible because what you wanted, who are the very close people to him. And I can't even go anywhere near Rama. Because you wanted to see, you wanted us to know when does he sleep, when does he wake up, what does he do. We are not even, they were all like pillars standing right in front of us. I can't even penetrate to them. Cannot even go anywhere near them. Sarvadaha rakshate panta. All paths are covered. Vanarehi parvatopamai. They are like mountains. And I cannot go anywhere near Rama or Lakshmana because there is a huge mountain-like presence there. Pravishta matre jnato. As soon as I entered, they know it. Pravishta matre. Even as I entered, I was known. Bale tasmin vicharite. So when I bale, I mean into the army, tasmin bale, pravishta matre aham jnatah. They vicharite, they deliberated as balad grihita. When I started to inquire, I was immediately grasped. Rakshobhihi, by those people who are protecting. Bahutaha vicharitaha asmi. And they were all inquiring about me even before I started my inquiry. Then we got our installment of punishment. How? Janubihi by their knees, mushtibihi by their fists, dantaihi by their teeth, talaihi by their palms, abhihato prusham. We are just beaten up. And then they were dragging us. Pranitaha asmi. I was dragged haribihi. Balamadhye amarshanahi. By the agitated army, I was being dragged there. Then what happened? Pariniyacha sarvatra.
Pariniyacha sarvatra.
Nitoham rama samsati.
Nitoham rama samsadi.
Rudirastra vidinango.
Vidinango, correct.
Vidinango. Rudirastra vidinango.
Rudirasravidinango.
Vihvalaschalitendriyaha. Vihvalaschalitendriyaha.
Vihvalaschalitendriyaha.
Haribirvadyamanascha.
Haribhirvadyamanascha.
Yachamana-kritanjalihi.
Yachamana-kritanjalihi.
Raghavena paritratah.
Raghavena paritratah.
Mameti cha yadrichaya.
Mameti cha yadruchaya.
Esha shailashilabistu.
Esha shailashilabhistu.
Purayitva maharnavam.
Purayitva maharnavam.
Dvaramashritya lankayaha.
Dvaramashritya lankayaha.
Ramastishtati sayudaha.
Ramastishtati sayudaha.
Gardavyuhamastaya.
Garudavyuhamastaya.
Sarvado haribirvrutaha.
Sarvato haribhirvrutaha.
Mam visrujya mahateja.
Mam vitrujya mahateja.
Lankamevasti vartate.
Lankamevati vartate.
Pura prakaramayati.
Pura prakaramayati.
Shipramekataram kuru.
Shipramekataram guru.
Sitam vapi prayachashu.
Pitam vapi prayachashu.
Yuddham vapi pradiyatam.
Yuddham vapi pradiyatam.
Being dragged to the presence of Rama, pranitaha, pariniyaha, cha, sarvatra, being dragged here and there, finally, aham Rama samsadi nitaha. I am being brought to the presence of Sri Rama. Rudiraha travidina angaha. And drenched in my own blood. Rudira, dravida means, drava means actually liquid. Dravida means pouring, being drenched. The entire body, all the limbs of my body. Rudira travidana anga. Vihvala chalita indriyaha, agitated, and my all the entire body senses trembling. Haribihi bhakdyamanascha, being beaten up by the monkeys. Kritanjalihi yachamanaha, as I have begged them, and also with my folded hands. Raghavena paritrataha. Finally, Rama only protected me. He said to all of them, Ma, idi yadrichaya. Suddenly he said, Don't. Don't anymore hit him more this time. It is not correct on our part to punish a spy, a Duta as such. Actually, it's not Duta, he is only a spy. The difference between them is Duta comes and faces the enemy and speaks to them and conveys a message. A spy doesn't do that. He just disguisingly comes and goes back with the report. But even then, Rama was very gracious. Esha Shaila Shilabistu Purayitva Maharnavam. So, with all the mountains, parts, and stones, they have already filled the entire ocean and arrived there. Dwaram Ashritya Lankayaha Dwaram. They have already entered the entrance of taking the camping at the entrance of the Lanka. Ramaha Tishtati Sayudaha. With his weapon, Rama is standing there. This is what you wanted to know. Yes, I am telling you. Where is he? What is he doing now? With his weapon, he is waiting. That's what he is doing. And Garuda Vyuham Astaya. So this is what is a new thing that is coming up, which was not which was not reported earlier. What is a Vyuha or the formation of the army that Rama has done? Garuda Vyuha. Garuda Vyuha means the two wings of armies with prominent fighters right in the front. Right in the middle is Rama, Lakshmana, Vibhishana, Sugriva and all others, and other warriors at the back. So the Garuda Vyuha with both the wings are full of armies. So there is a particular formation and they keep changing the formation according to the need of the fighting. So here presently he has taken the Garuda Vyuha. Sarvato Haribir Vrataha, all over, they're all monkeys. Mam Visrujya, having released me, Mahateja, Lankam Eva Adivartate. As soon as he releases me, as he has released me, he is marching towards Lanka, the main city. So, this is the immediate report that what is he doing today, you asked? He is marching. That is what I am telling you. So, before he comes, Pura Prakaram Ayadi, before he reaches the walls, fort walls, Kshipram Ekataram Kuru, you do only one thing quickly. Either Sitambabi Prayacha Ashu, quickly you give Sita back to him, or Yuddhambabi Pradiyatam, get ready for the fight. There is no other second choice, third choice for you. This is what you need to do. Listening to this again, Ravana is so upset. Manasa tattada prekshya
Tattada prikshya
Tachrutva Rakshasadipah
Tashrutvā
Tardulam Sumahadvakyam
Shardulam Sumahadvakyam
Ato Vacha Saravanah
Atho Vacha Saravanaha
Yadimam Pratiyudhyante
Yadimam Prati Yudhyante
Devagandharva Danavaha
Devagandharvadanavaha
Naiva Sitam Pradasyami
Naivasitam Pradasyami
Sarvalokabayadabi
Sarvaloka Bhayadapi
Eva Muktva Mahateja
Evamuktva Mahateja
Ravana Punarabravit
Pavanah Punarabravit
Manasa Prekshya Tachrutva, having listened to Shardula Rakshasadipaha Ravana, having thought about it in his mind, Shardulam Sumahatvakyam Ata Uvacha, he spoke to Shardula saying, even Edi, in case Mam Devagandharva Danavaha Pratiyudhyante, even Devatas, Gandharvas, Danavas, if they are to fight with me, Na eva Sitam Pradasyami, I will not give Sita back. Sarvaloka Bayadabi, even if The entire world is causing fear to me, but I shall not at any time will give uh, Sita to Rama ever. And this, having said this, further he proceeded to say that we'll see in the next session, but he is not ready to oblige or come reconcile with Rama at all. So causing doom to himself. Even as he see failures after failures coming around him, he will not give up his arrogance. Aganita
गणित गुण गण भूषण राम आश्रित वत्सल जय जय राम अयोध्यवासी सीता राम आपद बांधव जय जय राम दशरथ नंदन श्री राम दशमुख मर्दन जय जय राम कौसल्या सुखवर्धन रामा कामित फलदा जय जय रामा पाप विमोचन श्री रामा पटाभिरामा जय जय रामा जानकी जीवन सीता रामा जय रघुरामा जय सिया रामा वानर सेवित श्री रामा वारिधि वंदन जय जय रामा हनुमत पूजित सीता रामा श्री राम जय जय राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीता राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम सियावर
रामचंद्र की जय।
पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।